I'm excited to welcome you to Binging with GameChangers. Here we capture success from different perspectives. We delve into the minds of people with celebrated brands and careers who've turned their dreams into reality and their ideas into lucrative empires. I'm your host, Sheyi Banigbe, and I'm excited about today. We're about to go on a major ride. I'll see you when I get back. Welcome back to the show, and you're about to meet our first game changer. So Ramsey Nouah is a Nollywood veteran. He's an actor and a director. He's a force to be reckoned with in the Nigerian movie industry. From the beginning of his career up till now, he remains one of the most sought-after actors in Nigeria. I'd like you, with thunderous claps, welcome with me, Ramsey Nouah! I like the royal way. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, yes. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you.
Am I fanning out or what? I'm just shaking, guys.
Are you now? I wanted to hold her down. Where's the G clamp?
So, okay, my first question, I have to just spill what's on my mind. Who are you? Last year, I was in the cinema watching a movie that was Merry Men. You were acting alongside a 28-year-old Fowles, and you guys were supposed to be contemporaries. This year, I just watched another movie that you directed, and you were acting, you're supposed to be about, yes, that was you in Merry Men. And in that movie, he was supposed to be, say, in his 30s. Mm-hmm. And the one I watched about a few weeks ago, Living in Bondage, amazing movie, you were supposed to be about in your 60s, 50s, or 60s.
Yeah.
And you're able to go, like, move into those ages, that age band so easily. Why do you look so good? Yeah, because you're no baby, we know.
Well, let's show the question out to them. Let them help me out.
So I want to hear I jog every morning, I don't eat this or that. You have to tell us today.
I think it's the reason why certain people suffer a lot of backlash of, okay, looking at a certain... Anyways, I just thank God for me. And I do not want to say that there's a particular lifestyle, to it, because I eat well. I eat very, very well.
You eat the amala?
I eat my amala. I eat my stash and banga. It's very important.
Okay.
There's no compromise to that.
So you're saying it's just genes, purely genes?
Yeah, it could be that, except you want to follow me to that mountain where I go and drink that vampire water from.
Oh, stop it. Okay, well done. You recently directed a movie, Living in Bondage, and I mean, I've watched it. Beautiful. But I noticed that was your first time, and which is quite unusual. The norm around here, most times, once an actor is doing so well, before you know it, you hear, oh, she has released her own movie, or he has released his own movie. Yes. It took you about 20 years for us to hear you take up that title, director. Why did it take so long?
Yeah, 20-something years before I directed, it took a while, I know. Every time I acted, I was always like, sometimes you put in so much as an actor, emotions, performance, and all of that. But then you watch the final cut, and you're not seeing all that effort you put in. It just looks like either bland or blah, or it makes it seem like you're not just competent enough as an actor. And I've always wanted to change that narrative. Because, it's the way you play, the angles, the shots, the way you score the scenes that brings out the best of not just the scene, but the actors, And I didn't see that coming. Then I needed to make that change. But I also wanted the right time. I mean, I've directed a few other things before now, but not a feature that's, went on. There's like short movies and for TVs also. I did something for African Magic. But I decided like this one, I'll take my time to get the best of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And best you did get.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. The reviews are amazing. Yeah.
I tried.
You said a lot. I mean, when our research team, we dug in and you've made some statements in the past. Oh, all I do is acting. I don't do any other thing. I don't do any other thing. And you've done this for about 29 years. I mean, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
So are you telling me that all these years you've majorly lived off acting? If you're just releasing a movie, you know, to your name, that means most of your income has been from acting. Is it realistic to, you know, be an actor, live off acting? Is it a reality of our time? Is it possible? Is that your story?
It's hard. I'll be very honest with you. I think most of us usually just work on posterity and the fact that you have laid a very good foundation, or you have lots of likes, people like you. There are people who care about you, people who can call you. You work alongside, you know, multinationals that call you for, you know, events. You just show talks, you know. You give talks here and there about your career, your industry, your personality, and all of that. So there's so many other things, of course, that tends to, you know, help push, you know, push us forward. But yeah, I mean, that's the reason why we're trying to build. We're going all out, trying to see how we can build the industry to the point where it becomes really self-sufficient, and you can live up to the expectations of, you know, people that just see you and then want you to. They have a way. They have
come out of a limo.
Well, I mean, you could come out of a limo today. It's not biggie because you could rent it.
Yeah.
But owning it is what I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So you know, there's an expectation of people when they see you. They see you in this like, oh my God, he should be this, he should be that, you know, he should have this and have that. Well, I do have it though.
But that's 29 years. And I like what you said about the fact that, look, Shay, it's not easy, but there's people that like you, there's brands that will like you, and all of that. So if you're going to advise, you know, your young son or someone getting into the industry and studying in preparation, would you say, you know what? Don't study acting alone. Study, you know, maybe something in media, because if you're a good actor, you would act anyway. And, you know, just get yourself a bit, you know, better rounded. So while you're trying to get up the ladder, what would you say? Would you say augment acting with something else?
I would say, actually, for my kids right now, I tell them, like, you know what? The fact that you have your dad, who's probably very strong in this industry right now, gives you an edge. No doubt about it. But I'll still prefer that you had something on the side, academically, you know. You come up with something. You know, art is innate. It's like inside you. There are people who can easily just draw without going to school. And do a lot of beautiful painting. It's the same thing as acting. You just need to enhance it academically, so that you can better yourself as you grow in the industry. But so that's what I've told them. Like, you need something on the side, you know. So what would you like to do? My son says he wants to be a computer engineer. I said, well, that's good. That's very, very good. Yeah, because that's the new age right now. I'm very happy to hear that. And then my son, that's the last one, he says he wants to be a fireman. I said, not in my house. When they go to school these days and they read all those books.
Abroad.
Become a professional. Exactly. Oh, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police.
Okay.
So yeah, things like that.
Okay, so I hear you. I mean, that's a very fair answer. And I respect your candor and your honesty.
Yeah.
Yes, be an actor, but have a plan B. That's what I hear you saying. Have a plan B.
Of course.
When we return, Ramsey will still be dropping the big nuggets he has been giving us, the age-old wisdom. And don't mind me. When we return, I'll see you. Welcome back to the show, and we are still chatting with Ramsey Nouah. It's been super rich, and honestly, I can't wait to dig into our next, you know, round of talking. If there's anything that, you know, stood out of your story, which I didn't even know before now, was that you come from really humble beginnings. Really, really humble beginnings. And it was like majorly you and your mom slugging it out.
Yeah.
And you credit a lot of who you become and what you are today to that.
Yes, true.
Have you given your children the chance to suffer?
You know, I wish I could. It's not being mean, don't get me wrong, but I've come to discover, like, you know, when you have anything on a platter of gold, you don't know the value. Most times people don't know the value. It's just the way it is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, a kid born into royalty, you know, who's lived royal all his life. And then you now tell him, okay, what it's like to live in Ajegunle. He can't fit in. And that's one thing I feel about life shouldn't be like that, because I believe that every man at some point will go through life or should go through life to have an understanding how to coexist with each other. You get what I'm saying? So you get somebody from a background that is not exposed or not academically together or sound, and you want to converse with a person, you know most definitely you're going to have issues. So you're better off to have an understanding, okay, this person is like this, and learn how to talk with that person so you can coexist. But rather, some people want to like say, oh, no, I don't belong in that crowd. That's not me. This is me here, so I don't know what I'm doing over there. Quite true. But whatever happens in my field of play as an actor, you should be able to play all fair. Hence the reason for versatility, you know, the ability to be versatile and play different characters. And my upbringing really molded me like that, you know, made me, tasting both sides of the coin, made me, you know, to understand how to play the prince and the pauper.
Yeah.
Effortlessly.
You have a very exciting personality. I honestly, from what I see of you online, I think it's a bit of a contrast. You don't come up, you're not a slave papa on Instagram. You're just easy.
Yeah.
You go easy.
Yeah.
And you know, the narrative these days is, the hustle is real.
Yeah.
You got to do whatever. You know, these endorsements are, we must get it. So what's your take on that? Oh, I must put myself out there. I must be at every event. I must, you know, this is it. And because you also have your endorsements. I mean, you know, so what's your take? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
I mean, we all have our different approach to things.
Okay.
You know, we all can't be the same. My style is, I call it simplicity and sophistication. You know, that's my style. And a whole lot of people have different ways and styles, the way they see themselves and the way they want to approach things. So certain people are pretty aggressive to making things done. Some people are just very easygoing to getting things done. You know, so we all have our different approach to it. So everybody with their hustle, man. I've got my hustle. Maybe I'm just approaching it from the easy side, easy angle.
So 29 years of acting, and then you come out as the director. Yeah, you're right. Your style is easy and sophisticated, or simple and sophisticated. And then he comes out. And for me, I went to the cinema just because I saw directed by Ramsey Nouah. What's he going to come up with? Let's see.
What has he got?
He's always just quiet. Now he's put himself out there. He owns a work now. And my mind was blown. Tell me about how easy was it just putting that project together?
Oh, no, it wasn't easy. Trust me, it wasn't easy. It's almost like you're going to take a humongous task, you know. Shooting an original such as Living in Bondage, you definitely want to maintain standard. You want to leave, not just maintain standard, but you want to leave a standard so that if anybody wants to do a remake, it has to be as good or better.
Or better, yeah.
You know, and then you went to pick the very first home video in Nigeria, Living in Bondage.
One of the first blockbusters, yeah.
Oh my God. So then also, while we're even creating the script, trying to bridge the demography of those who watch the original, they don't go to cinema anymore these days. You know? So then you have the new age guys who go to the cinemas now, and they don't know the story. Because we're talking about 27 years old flick. And how do you then bring back that story and make it, to those who go to the cinema right now, make them feel it, understand it, and still get the backstory, you know, as you tell the story in the flick. So it was quite tough. And then it wasn't easy also being an actor and a director on set, you know, and like even a co-producer on set. It was a whole lot of workload. But I had very good hands with me. I had Steve Gukas, who's the producer. I had him with me, and he helped soft land it for me. I had my line producer also, Chris Ode. He was also very, very good. And I had my partner and executive producer, Charles Okwele, that one is very aggressive. Any small thing, no, we need to move now. We need to get this done. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
it's like that. So I had quite
great
some energy,
team.
on set that helped me pull it through.
Where do you want to see Nollywood in 10 years? What's your dream?
Where I want to see Nollywood in 10 years is more like being able to shoot good films where cinema going becomes like when you go to the club or you go to the lounge today and all you hear is Niger music. Yeah, it's almost like hard to, people don't even listen to foreign music anymore. It's not it's strictly Nigerians, you know. I want to get to that point when people go to the cinema to only just watch Niger films. You understand me? As in, they just hunger for Nigerian films, and then we just keep churning out contents, you know, to talk about us, our tradition, who we are, you know, and all of that to the world. We pitch it to the world, not just buying. Because Nigerians were just used to spotting everything about outside people. Everyone just wants to wear the designer, you know, the Salvatore Ferragamo, the Versace, you know, all the big names. People want to spot that, and then they always buy. So it's almost like always outsourcing. There is nothing that they get from inside. And with that, they lose value. Because they just want to be, they sell, most of us even just don't even answer our names anymore. We don't give ourselves foreign names, like American names, just because we feel we lose value of ourselves. And I think that's, it's a sad situation that I think that narrative needs to change. Where you answer your name. I have names now, even the Igbo names that you shorten it and it has some finesse to it, you know, even the Yoruba names and all of that. So I'm thinking we need to change that narrative and then believe in ourselves, believe in our products and do us and let people now want to be like us.
True.
Like look at all the musicians, the artists today you can think about. Everybody wants to be like them. Like all around Africa now, people want to be like Two-Face, people want to be like the bands, like Davido, Whiskey. Everybody want to be like them, dress like them and think like them and behave like them. And everyone is going that route, you know. So for so long running, I would spot like local dresses, like my suits are being made locally right now. I can't even remember when last I even bought suit outside. It's so long. It's amazing what these guys are doing in fashion today, what they can do, you know?
What I hear you saying, we'll be exporting all the way. You know, they'll be buying our flicks in millions of dollars.
I'm going to Aba, guess what? I'm going to Aba now to do my shoes. And I'll label it Ramsey Nouah.
Oh, yeah. Get ready. Before we run along, you've been doing this for about 30 years.
Yeah.
And you've stayed relevant through generations.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, say, about 3 things that you would say has helped with that? Because it's easy we have a lot of flash in the pan successes. That's the easiest thing. Staying successful, I think, is even harder.
Yeah.
What would you say has worked for you?
It's almost hard, but I think one of the foremost thing for me is the passion. I love what I do. I love my work, you know, and I'm very passionate about it. So I go through all the details as best as I can to fine tune it. Even in my performance as an actor, I try to get the best of it. I think that's my drive mostly. And just always wanting to be relevant is never part of it for me.
Okay.
I've never been very conscious of myself to always want to put myself out there. No. I'm more of this person like, I think I've had enough consciousness just being in front of the camera. I'm playing a character for people to enjoy. You get what I'm saying? And that's enough for me. So being up and about and just being loud with my presence again just makes me feel, oh my God, won't I even have a little moment of myself, you know? Because for me right now, it's like I live my life for the people. It's like that's what so anywhere you go, you have to be, no matter the circumstance, no matter what you're going through,
nice.
You have to be nice. Yeah, and
you say, sorry to cut you, but you say passion. You say passion, but I could be passionate and then the roles are not just coming. Then what happens?
Well, that I can't help you. I'm so sorry. I can't help you there.
You know, there are passionate people out there that are not getting the role.
Indeed. But you see, this is what I usually tell people. It's because for instance, right now, it's become like, oh my God, there's so many contents everywhere. You know, people making content. We have series, we have movies, constantly going on. And even in Hollywood. And everybody just comes to play. It's like as a director or as a producer, you can decide not to use the same actor. Even if he sells the last flick, you can get a new one now.
Yes,
for this
please say
new film.
it again.
You know? And then what happens to that the one that sold last year? Well, you go find another job with that.
Yeah,
you get another one. So there's so many of them right now, so many talents that is hard to sustain. Yeah. It's hard to now say to be outstanding out of all the talents that, okay, this is the best. Okay, fine. We now have awards to show that, okay, best film of the year, best actor of 2019 goes to so amongst the new talents. Okay, then what happens to the other ones? You get, how do they, the fact that you got an award does not mean that
you're the best.
Yeah, you're the best, because they are also very good in their performances. So the talents are so much these days that it is hard to be outstanding and become relevant. But luckily for us, our kind, we started off from when talent was, in fact, we were begging people to come and act then. And they would still shun us off.
Wow.
I know, I find girl like you back then, who would say, come now, let's play. They say, ain't that your movie? Like, you guys. Now it's like, oh, like my guys in the music industry, they rush us like Indomie. Well, I mean, that's a bit more like it. But then they didn't follow. So, but then there wasn't much talent. So to be outstanding then and to be relevant was very easy. But right now, the talents are so much. Yeah, it's a different game now. The talents are so much now that it's hard. So that's why the hustle is pretty hard, and everyone is now using every medium that they can, like, social media platforms, to make themselves available and make themselves relevant as constant as they can. But for me, I just do like my film. I probably will get into some series later on, sometime next year, and that's it. And that's just good for me. Yeah.
Wow, it's been great, rich chatting with you. I've learned so much, and I know Nollywood and the whole of Nigeria has learned a lot from this chat as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Ramsey.
Thank you for having me,
We are honored to have you, a veteran. Thank you.